The Upanishads, translated by F. Max Muller, in two parts. Part 1, Khandogya Upanishad. Second, Prapataka, 24th Khanda. The teachers of Brahman, Veda, declare as the Pratah Savana, morning oblation, belongs to the Vasus, the Madhyandina Savana, noon libation, to the Rudras, the third Savana, evening libation, to the Adityas, and the Visva Devas. Where then is the world of the sacrificer? He who does not know this, how can he perform the sacrifice? He only who knows should perform it. Before the beginning of the Prataran Uvaka, Matin chant, the sacrificer sitting down behind the household altar, Garha Patya, and looking toward the north, sings the Saman, addressed to the Vasus. Open the door of the world, the earth. Let us see thee, that we may rule on earth. Then he sacrifices, saying, adoration to Agni, who dwells on the earth, who dwells in the world. Obtain that world for me, the sacrificer, and that is the world for the sacrificer. I, the sacrificer, shall go hither. When this life is over, take this, he says in offering the libation. Cast back the bolt. Having said this, he rises. Having said this, he rises. For him, the Vasus fulfill the morning oblation. Before the beginning of the Madhyandina Savana, the noon oblation, the sacrificer, sitting down behind the Agni Vriya altar, and looking toward the north, sings the Saman, addressed to the Rudras. Open the door of the world, the sky. Let us see thee, that we may rule wide in the sky. Then he sacrifices, saying, adoration to Vayu, air, who dwells in the sky, who dwells in the world, obtain that world for me, the sacrificer. That is the world for the sacrificer. I, the sacrificer, shall go thither. When this life is over, take this, cast back the bolt. Having said this, he rises. For him, the Rudras fulfill the noon oblation. Before the beginning of the third oblation, the sacrificer, sitting down behind the Vinaya altar and looking toward the north, sings the Saman, addressed to the Adityas and Visva Devas. Open the door of the world, the heaven. Let us see thee, that we may rule supreme in heaven. This is addressed to the Adityas. Next, the Saman, addressed to the Visva Devas. Open the door of the world, heaven. Let us see thee, that we may rule supreme in heaven. Then he sacrifices, saying, adoration to the Adityas and to the Visva Devas, who dwell in heaven, who dwell in the world. Obtain that world for me, the sacrificer. That is the world for the sacrificer. I shall go thither. When this life is over, take this, cast back the bolt. Having said this, he rises. For him, the Adityas and the Visvadevas fulfill the third oblation. He who knows this knows the full measure of the sacrifice. Yea, he knows it. Now, it is important to use different ritual specifics for different times. But, if you're going to do rituals multiple times a day, some generals that you can apply, whether or not you know anything extra, is, a good thing. And the commentaries tator is always very anxious to explain that though it is better that a priest should know the hidden meaning of the sacrificial acts which he has to perform, yet there is nothing to prevent a priest who has not yet arrived at this stage of knowledge from performing his duties. Because, of course, the first thing that you start with is the, the outer forms, and then you figure out the inner side of things, right?